up, guys? We are driving down to Denver today. We're going to PureBlind, who's going to be wrapping the truck and doing all our artwork. We're getting a sample of the wrap. We are also going to CVJ and getting our axles rebuilt, just dropping those off. They're down here in Denver. And then we're going a little further south and we're picking the race car back up from Blaze, and we're going to show you guys everything that he did on the car to redo all the wiring. So yeah, come along. Got the goods, the busted goods. We got lunch. Hey guys, we're at Blaze's shop down here in South Denver. He's been busting away on our car for the last like 4 or 5 days. Probably put way too many hours into it, and I think he's running off like 4 hours of sleep. So we'll show you everything that he's done on the car so far. So this is Mitchell. This is the madman behind Blaze Offroad. He's the guy with all the wiring knowledge.
Yeah, so what we do here at Blaze Offroad is plug stuff in. That's it. No, we do custom wiring, pretty much all American made materials from the top companies in the electrical and motorsports industry. So some of our stuff is purpose built for the aerospace industry, stuff like that, high-end relays. But the wire is all American made, TE Connectivity, Raycam, tons of super big names, super awesome companies is the products we use. So makes for very reliable, very robust wiring harnesses and electrical systems, so don't have to worry about failure. The primary industry I'm in is obviously overland, but racing is just as critical and really hard on electrical systems, so it's also very important to have a safe electrical system, which is something people just don't talk about enough. So
it's really easy to cut corners on wiring.
It is. It's very easy to cut corners and not use proper tooling, not use proper crimps, stuff like that, but just pull plugs right off wires like it's nothing. So
yeah, he's even giving us crap because our zip ties aren't up to his standards.
Hey, gotta use Panduit, man.
I love it. So this is everything that we've done that he's ripped out. Fuse panels, relays, ×2, I mean a rat's nest of wires, all that battery cable. This is all the stuff that used to run the rockers that's now getting replaced with the S-Pod stuff. It's going to be 10 times cleaner, it's going to be way safer and a lot easier to work on and troubleshoot small issues. When you're chasing a single wire through unsheathed wires that aren't in like a wiring harness, it's really easy to lose track of what wire you were following. So all that's going to be really easy, and because someone else did it for us, when something's wrong, we can just make it his problem. So win-win. So here's kind of like what one of our harnesses looked like. It works, but
lots of
something
splicing.
Like this, splicing like this could be something like we used to have a different light ran to it, and then we swapped out to the BDs and just spliced on a new plug. So 3 years of running this stuff versus now, everything is running this. It's got the nice braided sheathing, good heat shrink, Deutsch connectors. It's gonna be really nice. Yep, there you go. He just pulled the pin right out.
Wires aren't supposed to come out of these.
Pull on this as hard as I want. And nothing's gonna
mine's not gonna come off. They're billet terminals.
So yeah, big step up in the wiring department.
So the guys are so abusive to this car, they were having a problem with the battery trying to eject itself from the hood and join Elon Musk at SpaceX. And in the process, they actually blew a hole in the hood from arcing out the battery. But with race cars, you also need a little better weight distribution than from the factory. So we moved the battery from up front to the back. And now we've got the winch controller mounted here, which we'll finish wiring when our new battery cables come in from ProWire. We also went ahead and ripped out all of the extra aftermarket electrical stuff that was kind of parked up here and relocated all of it to the back of the car, much closer to the battery, using a Blue Sea Systems fuse block instead. As you see, there's no motor in this vehicle, but we went ahead and put the alternator cable in, And on the race vehicles, everything has to run through the battery switch. So both the battery and the alternator run straight to the switch and then out to everything else. So put a larger gauge alternator cable on there and then have it all covered nice and tight as well. Then we also went ahead and rewired the Yukon zip locker system here for their front locker. So we made a new harness for that. The factory plugs are a little shaky, so we replaced everything with Deutsch connectors, and we still have that high pressure cutoff as well. All right, so as you see back here, we've got the battery relocated up front, got all of our battery cables running up to the switch on the dash. Like I said before, that's a racing requirement. And then power coming back here, going into the Safety Hub 150. It's an awesome unit from Blue Sea Systems, works great for an application like this, where you've got the high output fuses going to the 2 S-Pod units, and then some of the lower output fuses going to other stuff on the car. And the S-Pod units on the front here will take care of all the switching, and we essentially eliminated an entire row of relays that went from here all the way to the same spot on that side over there.
We got the car. Blaze has a little bit of stuff to come back up and finish up probably next week, but now it's our turn to bust out all the suspension, try and get it rolling again on tires before we take it down to Nick at PureBlind so they can do the full wrap on it. So a lot of work to do over the next 7-ish days. And then it goes to Nick's for 2 days and then comes back and it's home stretch. So it's gonna be busy, but we'll get her done.